Hello class 6. Today in physics, our topic of discussion is friction and opposing force. Now consider a ball and you roll this ball on a ground. Now ground is, as you know, is a rough surface with ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. So it's not a smooth surface. So when you roll this ball by using a force, the ball rolls on the surface, but this rough surface or the rough ground starts opposing the force of the ball with which it moves. It opposes the motion of the ball. And so finally the ball, after rolling for some time on this rough ground, it stops. So what makes the ball to stop? It is the up and down nature of the ground which opposes the motion of the ball and makes it stop. So there's a force with this up and down or rough surface of the ground. That force which the ground offers to the ball is called friction. And since the motion of the ball is opposed by this force of friction, that means force of friction acts against or opposite to the force with which the ball is rolling. So the direction of friction is opposite to the direction of the force with which the ball is rolling. So if the ball is rolling from left to right, the frictional force will be given on the ball from right to left in the opposite direction, which makes the ball to stop ultimately. So that opposing force which makes an object to stop its motion is called friction. So let us follow your book also. What does your book say about friction? So friction refers to an ever-present resistance. Resistance means opposing force. Resistance to motion. Okay. That resistant means opposing force. The opposing force which is offered to the motion. So friction means it is always present. Friction is ever present, means it is always present. And it is present in the form of a resistance to motion. And how does friction occur? It occurs whenever two materials or two bodies or two media are in contact with each other. Like in this case, the ball and the ground are the two bodies or the two mediums, which are touching each other. The ball is touching the ground is touching the ball. So whenever two bodies are touching each other, it offers force on each other. Okay, that force is called friction. If the ball is not given any force, that ball also stays in one place, right? What makes the ball to stay in that place? It is the force of friction itself, which makes the ball to stay in that particular position if there is no other force which makes the ball move. Okay, so force of friction is there. It is always there between two bodies which are touching each other. So this resistance occurs for all types of media, which is solid, liquid and gases. For solids, for liquids, for gases, we see this force of friction. And it is characterized as force of friction. We have up to now generally ignored all kinds of friction, including air resistance. What is air resistance? When you drive a cycle or when you are on a bike which goes with full speed, then you must have experienced that the wind passes by your ear making a whizzing sound. The wind passes by you. You are cutting through the wind. Wind is also giving an opposing force to you. When you are moving, wind is giving an opposing force in the direction opposite to which you are moving. So that is called air resistance. If you move in water, if you are a diver and you swim underwater, water also gives an opposing force to the direction of the force in which you are moving. So in all matter, if there is motion, the particles of that matter give the opposing force to that body which moves in it or over it. So any matter, whether be it solid or liquid or gas, it offers friction. Now that you know how to describe motion, we are ready to consider situations that are more realistic. That is, we take into consideration even the air resistance, which we so far have neglected. Actually, when this ball, the example of the ball, this ball is not only in contact with the ground, but this ball is in contact with the air which is around it also. So air also has particles. Those particles will also offer resistance in the motion of the ball. So far we had actually neglected that air around the ball. But now, since we are studying the force of friction, we have to consider that factor also. So friction is defined as an opposing force which comes into play whenever there is relative motion. Relative motion means if one body moves in one direction, the opposing force or the friction is given in the direction opposite to it. So if one body moves from left to right, the opposing force, that is friction, is given from right to left. So both the motions are relative to each other. The motion of the body and the direction of motion of the opposing force or the direction of friction. If we slide or try to slide a body over a surface, a bonding between the body and the surface resists its motion. Like suppose you are in a slide. You know what's a slide? You sit on top of the slide and the slide is tilted at an angle and you whiz by that surface which is at an angle inclined. But when you are whizzing by or you are sliding down, the back part of your body and the surface of that slide are rubbing against each other. So when you are sliding down, you are going downwards, the friction that the slide offers is in upwards. So that creates friction between you and the slide. If that friction had not been there, then you would have actually crashed to the ground when you are going on a slide, right? That slide's friction slows down your motion. Therefore, you slide smoothly and then you come to the ground. Otherwise, you would have crashed on the ground if there had not been any frictional force between the slide and your body.